Well, it has been a long time since we could get back together, and that is due to just Jedi Joe. All right, we're all here. As you guys know, we've had some problems. We've had some issues, especially on my end. Tag has triple bypass surgery. We went through one thing after another here, so we had to take the hiatus a little bit earlier than we normally do. And that was one of the things that, kind of took us off the map, so to speak. But as we come towards this end of the year, I thought it would be nice to get everyone back together again. And I'm still having a little bit of some issues. I've got to get a new keyboard uh, into my room, and then we're going to see how things go with this system. Now, with all of that being said, uh, I thought it was best that we come together because today is the day that I had found out that Gore had passed. Um, it was a day that it was a Monday. I had just got home from work right around 7:30, close to 8 o'clock. I got the call from his nephew informing me that he had passed. And it took me by surprise. Of course, it took me. I was feeling some guilt about some stuff, um, but he wanted all of us getting together and doing stuff, and he was more excited than anybody, which was an amazing thing. That he was so excited to start this whole new thing of fandom. We started off with Larry and Jedi Joe. We met with them, sat down, had lunch. Uh, he created the little Millennium Falcons and everything else. And then the week before he passed, we gave away our last Millennium Falcon to a young girl. And I do have a TikTok video of that floating around on the pages. But it has been 5 years. And I'm thinking the image that you guys see that starts the cosmic portal stuff off is a light cycle. Gore was a big Tron fan, a little bit more than Star Wars, I would say. I think I kind of drug him into the Star Wars world a little bit more than he wanted to be there, but he was there. So I wanted to take this time just to say, thank you to him and that we honor him every time you guys see the show open. So doing another memorial show or something like that is kind of something that we're going to discontinue. And every few years or so, we'll, of course, tip the hat and raise our glasses one last time for him. But we do it every day. We do it at the conventions. We have a picture of him out on the table. We do the light cycle for the Cosmic Portal, which will not change. Maybe the colors might, but you know. But what I wanted to do is let everybody know that we're coming back strong in 2026 and that everyone here plays an important role at what we do on the Cosmic Portal and in your own fan groups. We have become the Fellowship of Fandom, which is in itself an amazing feat considering all of us have our own little niche of what we do. And a lot of stuff has just exploded. So let me say this by starting this off first. We got together with Big L in Raleigh, North Carolina, and rediscovered our love for Star Trek. As you all know, we have been super, super heavy on the Star Wars here, but we are also Trek fans. Now, there are two who Well, no, really, there's only one person who isn't a big Star Trek fan here, and he's married to one of the biggest Star Trek fans here. Yeah, Mark, I'm talking about you. So, just so you guys know, when we start off doing what we're doing, uh, I'm going to have special cards made up that scans into people's phones and everything else. And the commander uh, is going to be in charge of that. Xena will be really heading up the group as far as the social media page and everything else goes. Um, she's 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 the one, so to speak. Um, our Star Trek group is the USS Victory. We are with the Federation, and it's our toy drive. Now, for those of you who do not know, we did get some toys. We got some from Yester Toys. We got some from Miss Liz, and they went to the Norfolk Recreational Center for the children. The lady there in charge was like, anything you can give me, I would be appreciative. We have some families in needs. We have some children in needs. And I was like, well, today's your lucky day. I have one more bag to give them tomorrow, and they have completely everything. So the Victories toy drive, I would still say was a success, even though we didn't really get to do what we needed to do. We still had enough to give, which is awesome. All right. Now, with that being said, Big L, Geek Fandom's NC. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and where you're headed with your group?
Oh man, brother. So first of all, let me say this. Even in everything we do as far as the vending side of things, um, Gore is there with us in spirit always. Um, we do not take lightly the fact that we, have a brother missing in our fellowship of fandom. However, um, as he would say, you got to keep moving on and do what makes you happy, and do it for the kids, and we do. So with that being said, man, 2026 is already. I'd say the first quarter of 2026 is popped off. That's about as best I can put it. Abby and I are super busy. Right now we're trying to take a little bit of a break. We're down here in Alabama, visiting her mom, just trying to take a little bit of a break to get ready before the new year pops off. We have several events between January and April that have been booked, that are paid for. We will be going up towards Tennessee for an event. We are coming down to Atlanta for an event. We will be, of course, in the Hampton Roads area for several events there. Of course, in the North Carolina and South Carolina area, we have several events booked between North and South Carolina as well within the first quarter of 2026. So all of that will be posted on the Geek Phantoms NC Facebook page, as well as we now have a Geek Phantoms NC TikTok. Um, my daughter Jamie is in charge of the TikTok. She's the one that I send all the videos to, and her boyfriend, they edit everything. He's a big video editor and gamer, so he edits all the videos, adds all the nice stuff to it, and puts it out on TikTok for worldwide. I will say our investor is even more invested in us going into 2026 than I've ever seen any one investor be. We signed the contract, as you know, last month, and his exact words were, "You want to go? You fill out the paperwork, send me the bill, I'll take care of it." Those are his words. That's even written down into the contract what we signed, as well as popping off starting in May. We will be presenting the new um, SuperCon as presented by Geek Phantoms NC and SC Media Solutions. We'll be creating their own con. We'll be doing our own con. It will either be somewhere in the Hampton Roads area, if we can find a venue, or somewhere in North Carolina between the two. We're looking for a venue now. We're looking for a place that can hold um, what we want to do. It has to be big enough for a wrestling ring because our investor is a huge wrestling fan and wants to bring in a bunch of wrestlers as celebrities and stuff for um, wrestling matches and things after the con is over. So look forward to between May and July of seeing a huge push for SuperCon presented by Geek Fandoms NC and SC Media Solutions in the partnership as well with Cosmic Portal. We will be reaching out to help out with a lot of that stuff. So that's kind of the first quarter going into second quarter, and then we're going to see what the back half of 2026 looks like. But I can tell you, back half going into 2027 is going to be a massive push towards not just the vending side, but also running our own conventions with all of you guys' help as you would come in as fan groups, or if you want to do your own vending, whatever you case may
No, I
be,
can't hear.
you will be able to take care of that. So that's what we're looking at, Mr. Rand.
Oh, well, damn. Okay. Jedi Joe, we can hear you. Okay, well, we'll try to get him back as see, and this was another problem with this program. I really hate that sometimes it'll work for some people and then sometimes it won't work for some people. You know what I mean? So we're gonna try to accommodate as best as we can. But squadron leader. And before you say anything, Rob, let me tell you, man, I every now and then you post something up that makes me nostalgic for some stuff. I saw your 2 years ago you did your biker trooper uh cosplay. Um and that was funny because I just when I saw that, I remember I wanted the bucket and I finally got the bucket. And then as MarsCon last year, I saw you with your bucket there. Yeah, there he is again. There he is. We see you, Jedi Joe. So tell us what's going on with Imperial, Virginia Imperial
Oh,
Renegades.
well, as you were saying, we've got MarsCon coming up. I believe it's the 16th through 18th. We're planning to be out there. Actually, working on a new version of the Scout Trooper. Got the boots going now. We're planning out there, be out there beating people, trying out some new cosplays. Hopefully, have a couple good giveaways for people that come out to the table and stuff and say hi. Um, just a lot of fun stuff and being with friends.
All right. Sounds great. Sounds great. Can you hear us, Jedi Joe? I guess not. All right, Marky Mark. I know you are our DC reviewer, and of course with Commander Xena, you also do our movie reviews. And let's not forget about Blurred Otaku and happy birthday to Mrs. Zoe.
So yeah, we just got back from dinner. She is out now, visiting, well, seeing the lights in the botanical garden. So that's what she's doing for her birthday. But yeah, we should be start back doing Blurred to Taku sometime soon. She's had a few ideas that she wanted to get to. We were gonna do a movie review probably tomorrow for a year-end movie review, and then I guess you're ready to start back doing the matriarchs. Yeah. So I don't know what your first podcast will be on, but do you have any ideas? I have a lot of ideas that I wrote down earlier this year. So I just open up my handy dandy notebook and go for it when the time comes. Okay. So yeah, other than that, there's nothing new that DC has come out with. I probably will do a few comic book reviews since I haven't seen any new movies The last thing that came out was what Batman Azteca was probably the last animated movie, but other than that, there hasn't been anything new that's come out. So unfortunately, there hasn't been any new reviews on anything on that though. But something hopefully soon will be coming out.
All right. Well, there's a couple of things. You and I are watching the new Batman run. You and I are
Yeah,
doing that one, comic
yeah,
book. There's another one called Batman Immortal, which is sort of like a Power Ranger Batman.
yes.
And I don't even know how I feel about that. I got like book one and then book four. I was like, wait a minute, what about two and three? So I don't know. I might go back and pick them up. But there's another one, Batman with Deadpool.
Oh yeah, the crossover with Marvel. So yeah, that would be quite interesting. And
So
then we still have the new trailer for Supergirl, which I guess not a lot of people are excited about. I'm excited about it. I can't wait for it to come out. But we'll see what happens. We still got a year for that before the movie's release. But the first
I,
trailer is it.
I saw that look on Vonda's face. Hey, look, hey, Vonda, I'm with you. I did see Lobo. I don't know, man. It's just maybe I'm just, and that was one of the things that I wanted to talk about on one of the Portal Room shows, is that I am no longer excited about. I don't see anything as a Mandalorian fan. The only thing that got me excited was, ooh, there's going to be a new movie. I can get a popcorn bucket. I can get a souvenir. They're going to make a new Razor Crest toy. I was just like interested in the merch more than I was the movie. And it just says a lot about the state of movies nowadays, man. It's more of a thing now to get, like I said, the popcorn buckets and stuff like that. That Galactus popcorn bucket was off the chain. I wanted it, sold out, but before I could even get there. So I think I'm more merch orientated than movie orientated. I haven't seen anything that really uh catches my eye. Uh I'm not even going to do the whole DC Snyderverse versus uh uh corn guy, whatever. I'm just not interested anymore. I just it to me it's a waste of time. At the same time, we have to promote DC as DC fans for us to keep getting stuff. But I want this deal for Netflix to be over so we can just start pounding out something. Give me something. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't care, but just give me something. Can you hear us, Jedi Joe? No, he cannot. Alrighty. Well, also, guys, don't forget that Admiral Commander Zena and I also do a Star Trek show. So, as much as I've heard, and then I had to stop listening. There's Star Trek Academy that's coming out, and then I heard some stuff about my Klingon, and I was just like, "Mm, we gotta watch, and hopefully we're wrong. Well, I'm wrong. Let me put it that way. Hopefully I'm wrong. Um, but I already heard that they've already stopped. They've already taken down the sets. They did the first two seasons. They filmed the first two seasons, and they've already struck down the sets. So I don't think we're going to get a season three unless the numbers are good. That's what I've heard so far on the Hollywood grapevine, going through, the trades and videos and all that other stuff. So that doesn't say, that's not really saying much. These people could be wrong. I'm just kind of, again, here's another studio that is getting bought out. New people are coming in, and now our show is in a state of flux because we don't know what's going on. But we do a Star Trek show, and that's Jedi Joe chiming in on us. Sorry about that, guys. Um, we do a Star Trek show every other Tuesday. The week of January 2nd is when we're going to kick off going into production. Um, Vonda, of course, she leads the matriarchs, so she will set her schedule, and then we will set our Star Trek schedule. You guys are more than welcome to jump on with us and talk Trek. Um, of course, we try to be as positive as possible. We're not here to just say it's bad and trash it because nobody wants to hear somebody talk negative 30 minutes of a show just talking about how bad it is. You know what I mean? That's just kind of not what we're going to do here, especially going into 2026. We did enough of that in 2024 and 2025. I'm not going to do that in 2026. If it sucks, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to discuss it anymore. I'm just going to move on to something else. We have old Trek that Vonda and I go through, and we are still in Generations, getting ready to hit our next season. Of course, we're waiting for Strange New Worlds to come back as well. So I am excited to see that. I do have some favorite characters. Sadly, Pike is not my favorite character anymore. Um, I know I like Laan. I really like Laan now. I don't know what it is that they did, but I like her. I went in there like Pike, 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 but he's not like the Pike that I thought he was going to be. And now that they've calmed Laan down, I really like her character. I don't like her with Spock, but hey, you know what I mean?
They're putting everybody with Spock, so
Yeah, I know. I know.
I don't know. I like the helmsman chick. I can't think of her name.
Oh, the
Uh,
Erica girl, she flies the ship.
Erica. Yeah,
Oh,
Erica.
don't like
yeah,
her.
I'm not a
Gives a
fan.
salesman a bad name.
I don't know. I like Ninga. I thought he was cool. Um, I don't know, guys. Going into this, of course, we have our thing for the victory to do. Um, we're going to go ahead and start ordering. I'm going to order my uniforms to make sure you guys understand. Hey, you might want to order it one size larger or one size smaller or whatever else. Once I do mine, that'll be done right after MarsCon as we go into our year. So when we do a convention, we can be up, ready, and looking good and all looking, professional. All right. So I believe if there's no one else with anything else, guys, I can tell you that 2026 will be a huge year for us as we go through. Most of the video production and interviews come from Mark and Vonda. They do most of the interviewing. They're the ones who are at the conventions on ground zero, doing everything, talking to people, getting people's numbers, getting our guests. So I wanted to definitely tell them thank you. And Vonda, I do have a little gift for you when we get to for your birthday for MarsCon. So I have not forgot. Yes, it is Trek. So you're good.
Of course.
Um, the Geek Fandoms NC has started off with all its merch and everything else. And guys, uh, you always know the Cosmic Portal can do a shirt, but if you want a licensed product, something from Disney itself, without having to worry about me telling you, hey, I can't do that design, it's licensed. You need to talk to Big L because he can get you what you need. He can get you some mugs. He's got one design for me. I'm probably going to get two designed because I finally got down for the last little bit of business. What I'm getting ready to tell you guys is that the book is on the cusp of being actually done. I've been channeling some stuff around and moving everything around, and I got everything lined up. And I've been messing around with some AI stuff that I always send Mark stuff. Mark's like my little tester. I'll send him off some little things and everything else, and I get trapped into my own little world. But I am going to actually launch the book on my father's birthday next year in 2026. I think that'll be fitting. I'll have everything else. And for those of you, the first seven that helped me go fund this, I have something a little special for you. I am working with an artist now, and if it doesn't work out the way I want to, I will take the AI drawing and some other little special gifts, and those are going to be for you. So, with Rob, who is running Virginia Virginia Imperial Renegades, Rob has always been our MVP. When shit goes wrong at a convention, there's Rob with the tape, the extension cords, the extra connector pieces, and our security. When we leave, there's Rob still walking around the tables making sure that everything is great. So, Rob, I want to thank you for all of that. And you guys have been great. Not to forget to mention, excuse me, we have Jedi Joe with his Virginia uh, Alliance, Virginia Alliance, no, Virginia Nerd Alliance. Okay, so Jedi Joe has ventured off, uh, creating something a little bit special for all of us here in the 757, and he's also opening up his Jedi Academy. The Ronin 757 or 757 Ronin. Check him out for his saber expertise and, of course, his page on Facebook. Jedi Joe has always been one of those people that can cool down a hot situation at a convention, and we've had many. So, to Jedi Joe, who couldn't be here because he's had some technical difficulties, I want to say thank you. But for all of you, I want to thank all of you for helping me realize where I fit in all this. I never would have thought that I would have been at Yester Toys doing what I'm doing there with Jim. And I want to thank Mr. Jim Augustine, who always told me, even after Gore passed, that this was a place that I could always come to. I could always go to Yester Toys. I could always hit him up. And he lets me do the promos there. You know what I mean? He lets us set up there. He lets us do a lot of stuff. So without Yester Toys backing us, the Cosmic Portal would still be a wee little thing. So I want to thank him and Yester Toys for all that they do for us as well, and for Gore, because every day I get to see a little piece of something that he did inside that store, and that's uh that's also a great thing to see. But you all mean the world to me. You're my family. I want you to know that. And I cannot wait to kick off MarsCon because I will not be alone. Kag will be with me, and she's bringing bottles. So, yeah, that's right. Uh, I think she's an alcoholic now because every time I turn around, she's asking me, "Do we want to drink?" And if I got to do it, you guys got to do it. So, I cannot wait to see you guys at MarsCon. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, guys. Look forward to everything that is happening here in our fellowship of fandom as we go into 2026. Again, you've all been great. And many, many, many returns to all of you. Oh, wow. So there we go. I had forgot this is how long I've been in our action. Um, we got all these messages, and I'm sitting here going, what is this button? These comments. So yeah, we do it for Gore. And let me thank the co-founder of the Priory. Uh, that's the car right there, man. That's the wolf. He definitely um, started all of this with me. He helped create the Priory and Priory of the Phoenix. I guess I'll drop this bombshell too. So I met up with some guys, some ex-guys from the 501st. They were also Tidewater Alliance. They want to form another little group, and they want the Priory of the Phoenix in with that group, which means Mandalorian armor. I'm a little intimidated by that due to the fact that I didn't have such a great time with that Klingon armor, all that Klingon hair and everything else, and now to be inside a helmet for Rob. You got to help me out here because I know you do it a lot. Um, you know, after maybe 30, 40 minutes, I remember we did it at Mando Fest, and that nearly killed me. I mean, me and you were both after 4 hours in that armor and stuff was crazy. Thank God we don't have the Din Djarin rule of not removing your helmet. Yeah, that it's crazy. It is crazy. So I want to thank Jedi Joe for joining us and making these comments. I want to thank Jakar for making these comments because without him, last year would not have been possible. Dakar paid for everything as far as media production, equipment, gifts being sent out. So, Dakar, brother, thank you for all that you do as a silent partner of the Cosmic Portal. Um, so that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging with us. Greatly appreciate all of you. Welcome back to the Cosmic Portal. We have with us Geek Fandoms in C, Virginia Nerd Alliance, and of course, Virginia Imperial Renegade, the Star Trek chapter Victory, and DC Reviewer, all under one house. I want to thank all of you for coming together with me and sending out this little bit of a shout out. Jim, if you're watching or if you're listening, thank you, you and Yester Toys and the great staff that you have there. We greatly appreciate the exposure and the time and effort and the product that you give for us to do giveaways and everything else with. So thank you again, sir. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. Anybody got anything to say before we close out?
No, just everyone,
Oh,
have a
yes.
great Christmas and be safe out there and make sure leave out some cookies and some eggnog for Santa. And we do, and just take care and we'll see you into the new year.
Yeah, I
Sounds
second
good.
that. Anybody, however you celebrate, whether it be Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you wish to choice to celebrate, make sure you enjoy it with family. Don't take family lightly. Don't just say, "Well, I see them every day" or whatever, because you never know what could happen or when. So make sure that you cherish every moment you have with friends and family. I know it's been a blessing for us to be able to kind of be nomadic a little bit, Ab and I, and come down here to Alabama and spend the holidays with her mother, which we've not got to do in several years, due to either finances or children or what have you. But this has been a year of blessings. So enjoy it with your family and look into the new year because it will be a future. You can't deal with the past, and you can only look towards the present.
Nice. And blessed Yule to you all, says the car. Yes, sir. All right, guys, we're out. Welcome to the new fandom. Welcome to the Fellowship of Fandom as we come together to give you more on the con circuit and what's going on, especially in 757. And now, of course, with Geek Fandoms NC, North Carolina, and up and down the seaboard, because that's where they go. Up and down the East Coast, we've just expanded beyond what any of us ever thought would ever happen. So we wish you all well. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Blessed Yule, and I'm going to go take a shot and thank you all.